All right, family. This lecture is all about the in the beginning of and it's basically dealing with Genesis. And this is we're gonna touch on the keywords, dealing with the lecture of Genesis, keywords to understand the scriptures a lot more. I know we've been doing this a lot lately, so some of this will probably be a little bit more confirmation, and might be some things that y'all might not know. Some things I definitely leveled up on and was able to see it a lot more better than what I did when I first got the downloads a couple of years back. But Genesis is all about all about the genes being displayed, the genes being created, which is the creation of life. Okay, so this is what Genesis is all based about: the beginning of how life took place to be created. Okay, as we know it as today. Okay, so I'm gonna read the first scripture, and we just gonna break it down one by one. And I think I'm gonna go to, because this session is from 5 to 7. So we just gonna go all the way up till we get to 7. And I got things to show too that are also gonna dive deep into dealing with the beginning, dealing with Genesis. Okay. Now, if y'all want to follow the scripture, you can get the good Bible. You can follow the scriptures as I read it. I wanted to pull it up on the screen, which I can actually pull it up on the screen so we can get the first scripture out the way. Okay, let's go to share. Where do I go to? Cancel that. This is the thing I be trying to figure out through it all. Okay. Can we go to this draw over app thing? Messenger. Open it. All right. Now, when I get to it, just let me know if y'all can see it. If not, I'll read it. Because I used to can share my inbox, but I just need the URL off of it. Copy. Okay, let's go back and put it on. All right, can y'all see this? Okay.
Yes.
Can y'all see the scripture? Okay. Now we're gonna start with the first one, and we're just gonna go from there. The first scripture, as stated, says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." Now, the key words here, okay, we know what God is. God is dealing with the wholeness, is dealing with the oneness, is dealing with all things, okay, which is dealing with the energy, okay? And it created the heavens and earth. Now, heavens is symbolic for your mind, okay? So this is God creating the mind, okay? Or the subconscious, okay? And the earth. And we know earth deals with the heart, okay? So this is your mind basically in the heart being created, okay? The subconscious and the conscious as well, okay? They're starting to be created. This is the mind taking place, okay? In creation. Even, well, I'll come back to that because I was gonna say, even in like childbirth, when you are in conception, you know, those are the first structures of the body, you know, the mind, the head, you know, and then you have the spine. Okay, so this is all taking place even in the physical form as well. So this is the heavens and the earth. Okay, so this is your mind, okay, and your heart. All right, also being connected to the subconscious and conscious. Okay, so in the beginning, God created the mind and in the heart. Okay, or the soul, as I keep hearing. Okay, the heavens, the mind, and the soul. Okay, now at the beginning, the soul or your heart, it was formless. Okay, and when they're in empty, and where they're talking about with this formless and empty, okay, that means it didn't have any shape. Okay, there was no shape at all. It was no shape at all. It was just completely emptiness, space. All right, which was taken over. Okay, which darkness was over the surface of the deep. Okay, so darkness surrounded this empty space that was pretty much formless. Okay, it didn't have no shape and it was nothing in it. Okay, so this is where we get the nothingness from as well. Okay, because in the beginning it was really nothing at all. All right, so this darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Now, when they're talking about the Spirit of God, okay, they're actually talking about the energy of this wholeness, which is God, okay? And it was hovering over the waters, all right? And the waters deals with frequency, okay? And it also deals with, it's also symbolic for energy as well too, but in this instance, it's talking about the frequency, okay? So the energy of God was hovering over this frequency, okay, which is the waters, all right? And after this third one, I'm gonna show you the pictures that deals with these first three scriptures, all right? And God said, let there be light. Now, this is the big bang taking place. When electricity hits water, okay, it creates a spark, all right? So that's why here physically we cannot be in water where you cannot allow electricity to be in water, okay? Because you can get electrocuted, all right? That creates this big bang, all right? This big burst of energy, okay? So God said, let there be light, all right? So the water and the energy becomes one and they create this big bang, all right? And then there was light, all right? Now the light is also dealing with your first eye because this is going to be dealing with the projection starting to take place, all right? Which is also going to create illumination. So one that saw that the light was good, okay? Because everything was good. It was in a well, it was in harmony, okay? It was balanced, all right? And he separated the light from the darkness, okay? When he talks about this light being separated from the darkness, this becomes your higher self and your lower self, okay? This is the end of your pose, your Kundalini energy, okay? Which becomes two serpents, all right? And God called the light, which is day, which actually takes place here physically, okay? And the darkness he called night, all right? That deals with the moon, okay? And the day deals with the sun, okay? So this is mother and son, okay? In unison in this physical experience, which is being created, all right? And there was evening, okay? When they say evening, we know evening is like midday, all right? But in this evening, midday energy, this is when everything is at a balance. It's at a standstill. Well, not a standstill, but it's at a stability, okay? The energy is one, okay? It's not separate, okay? And there was morning, okay? Morning is the rising of your energy, okay? That is the rising of your energy from the bottom, okay, to the top. And that is creating the first day, okay? So all of this taking place is how the Big Bang is created, okay? And how it splits. You know, atoms split. And when the atoms split, they multiply, okay? So this is also symbolic of the atoms splitting, okay? And then there was the evening, which is also dealing with Eve's energy, okay? Which is also dealing with symbolic for Eve, okay? Because that's an even balance, all right? That is also the electron as well, okay? Peace, sis. Okay? Now, from this part right here, I'm gonna have to come back to this mess of the scripture. With this part right here, I don't know why I pushed that, but that's not what I wanted to push. How do I get this off of here? Okay. Pieces. Oh, stop share. I'm tripping. It's like I'm still used to getting used to this, and I be all over the place sometimes. But I'm like, how do I end this right here? But I got it. I had to stop the share button. All right. So at the beginning, they're talking about how the mind and the soul is being created. All right. That's the heavens and the earth. All right. Earth is also the heart of the nation, and which is also dealing with the soul. Okay. So in the beginning, heavens and earth was created. It's your mind and your soul. And then that spirit, which is the energy, comes into play. Give me just 1 second, y'all. I got so many pictures and stuff for lectures that I got to go through all of this. I wish I could put folders on in my phone. All right. So here is an example of, you know, the Bible's predictions and the time periods dealing with the Big Bang, okay? As they say in the beginning, God, okay? God, that deals with the oneness, but it's also nothingness. As you see up under the Big Bang, that's nothing. We are created from nothing, okay? I know we've all probably heard of that saying, you know, coming from nothing. This is actually definitely dealing with your energy, okay? And creating your mind and your body or your soul, okay? In the Bible, it talks about the light and the dark, okay? And it is also in the same similarities with the Big Bang, the light and the dark, okay? Which is coming together, all right? Which is gonna spark the Big Bang, all right? Also, the light and the dark is separated, all right? Which becomes that Kundalini energy or the atom splitting, okay? It talks about the sky in the Bible, okay? The sky. Now, we're gonna talk about the sky also in the scripture too, because it's gonna mention the sky in one of the scriptures dealing with the beginning of Genesis. Dealing with the Big Bang, these are all the elements coming together, okay? These are all the elements coming together, okay? Which is going to create this reality, okay? From the sky, which is the elements, it comes the land and the plants in the Bible, okay? All right? The land and the plants is dealing with your lower self, your higher self, okay? The seeds that you're planting in your foundation, which is a part of the lower self or the root chakra, okay, your roots, and then they grow. These plants begin to grow, which is flourishing in the mind, okay? Under the Big Bang Theory, this is the sun, moon, and stars in unison, okay? Okay? And this is also dealing with the three, okay? That three energy of the mind, body, and soul, okay? Or the Trinity, okay? Because you have to have the alignment of the three to project, okay? Or manifest, all right? Or create your own reality, okay? Back to the Bible, it mentions the sun, moon, and stars, okay? And in the Big Bang, it's still the same thing as the land and the plants, okay? That is still the same thing as the land and the plants. Peace, sis.
Peace, peace.
All right. Then in the Bible, it mentions the birds and the fish, okay? Birds is symbolic for frequency, okay? And it is, with birds, they fly dealing with the frequency of the wind, okay? All right, so this is the frequency, okay? And the fish represents like cells, okay? All right. And they also are in connection with the water, all right? So this is the frequency and the water, okay? Also coming together. And with those frequency in the water, which is also, you know, fish is identified as the cells in the body. It's another word that I want to use with the fish, with water. Is it cells? It'll come to me. It's another word they use scientifically dealing with the water. It'll come to me. But these are these two coming together, okay, as well. All of this is taking place, which is going to bring forth the animals and the man. Now, the animals and the man, which is, you know, the animals dealing with Noah's Ark, okay, and the man dealing with the flesh, okay? All right. So this is the God energy or the spiritual, okay, and the physical becoming one, all right? All through the frequency and the cells, okay, coming together, all right? This is all energy, okay? Connecting to this water, all right? In the Bible, it mentions how God is rested on the seventh day, okay? Because on the seventh day is a transformation, okay, about to take place, all right? It's a birthing that is about to come forward, all right? In the Big Bang Theory, under religion, okay, this is God or the gods, as we know for ourselves, okay, being resurrected, all right? So let's go back. For y'all that just came in, we just read the first 3 scriptures dealing with Genesis, okay? I'm gonna read it right quick, and then we're gonna move on to the 4th verse. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. As we know, the heavens is dealing with the mind and the earth is dealing with the heart. All right, peace, sis, is dealing with the heart, okay? And then it's also dealing with the connection of your soul, all right? The earth was formless and empty. When it talks about the earth being formless, it means it had no shape. It was just nothing, okay? It was empty. There was nothing, no light, no nothing, okay? Just pure energy, okay? And it was also the darkness covered the deep waters. So this is nothing, empty, formless, darkness, just energy, okay? But it covered the deep waters, okay? So when they're talking about waters, okay, and if you ever had visions of waters, okay, this is all about you going into your foundation, okay? That water is lying in your foundation. It is a part of you, okay? And this is also why we have mostly water in our bodies, okay? And the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the water. Now, we know spirit is energy. We know God is the wholeness, okay, which is the nothingness, all right? It's hovering over the surface of the waters, okay? Then God said, let there be light. This is the Big Bang taking place. When electricity and water connects, it creates a spark. All right? And as I was telling them, that's why we, when we get in water, we cannot have electrical devices in the water because it's going to give you a shock. It's going to, shock the hell out you, okay? You're definitely going to go through a big bang, all of that energy together, the conductor and, what do you call it? I can't get my words together scientifically, but with the water and the electricity connecting, it's going to really create a fire, a spark. That's why you can't have electrical devices or anything in that nature around water, because it creates a spark. And with the Big Bang, this is a good gush of energy, okay? Or fire as well. And then, okay, he said, then God said, let there be light. And there was light. And saw that the light was good, okay? When they're talking about, peace, bro, when they're talking about and God saw the light, that the light was good, this is harmony, this is balance, okay? When this big spark took place, okay, it created an illumination, okay, from this energy in this water, which sustained, okay, a level of frequency to hold, all right? So it was good, it was balanced, okay? This is your yin and your yang starting to take place, okay? That light and the dark, that masculine and feminine energy, all right? Or the atom and the electron, all right? Then he separated the light from the darkness, okay? With atoms, a split takes place, all right? When the electron and the atom comes together, it creates a split, all right? This is also going to be in representation of your Kundalini energy of the two serpents. This is also going to be in representation of your higher self and your lower self, okay? Or the physical and spiritual, all right? Being separate, all right? God called the light day, okay? This is why we have daytime in the physical. This is all dealing with that Big Bang, that frequency of energy that took place at the beginning, okay? Which is the sun as well, okay? Being projected here in our reality through our first eye or through our vision, okay? And the darkness he called night, which also is symbolic of the mother, the feminine energy, okay? Yeah, the mother and the feminine energy. So that light is also going to deal with the sun, which is the masculine energy, and the night is going to deal with the feminine energy, okay? And the moon, okay? Thank you. That's why they look at the stars. All right, I got some more with the stars, okay? So he called the darkness night, and evening passed, okay? And evening passed. Now, I remember when I first started a while back with, the beginning, how the first download I got about Eve was the even factor, okay? Now I've got more with that, with the dealing with the electron. So that has to be a balance or evenness taking place, okay? In unison, all right? So at evening, even here in the physical evening, you have the light and you have the dark as one, okay? It might look a little dark outside, but then you still have the sun out. That is a representation of the masculine and feminine energy becoming one here physically as well, okay? And then morning comes. So when this morning comes, after you're one with yourself, okay? And this energy is one. it creates an uprising, okay? So in the morning, we dealing with the rising of the energy, the rising of your sun, the rising of your fire, okay? Your spark, your energy, okay? It's starting to rise in the morning, okay? And this is going to mark your first day. When it's talking about marking your first day, this is the first day of creation.
Dad, if you play Fortnite, I feel like you play
Oh,
Squad.
Oh,
No, I feel like you played squad, just random people, and they get mad at your teammates.
really?
that's who I
Trash.
Or
Y'all excuse me, that was my niece talking. I was like, damn, that sound like my niece. But that was her. So that marks the first day of creation, okay? Now we're going to scripture 6, all right? Then God said, let there be a space between the waters to separate the waters of the heavens from the waters of the earth. Now, when I read this scripture, knowing that this is dealing with the mind, okay, the subconscious and the conscious, all right? All right, becoming your heavens is what you're going to create, okay? So when I seen this, I actually had a visual come to me of, water in the mind. Now check this out. Now we know that we have a liquid formation in our mind that surrounds the brain, okay? But self has definitely showed me the split that takes place in our mind. Okay? Okay? Which is also when you look at the brain, there is a split down the middle. Okay? And you still have this fluid, okay, that is surrounding this brain, or surrounding, what's surrounding the brain and the mind. And it's also a split that is taking place. So there is a space between the waters, okay, to separate the waters of the heavens from the waters of the earth. And this is also taking place in your body, okay? This also takes place in your body, from your head to the body. That is also a split. In the atoms formation with the split of the electron, okay, that is a split, okay, which is going to create more space. It's going to create space, okay? All right. And that is what happened. God made this space to separate the waters of the earth from the waters of the heaven. God called the space sky. Okay? So we just went back into the sky, okay? On the Big Bang. They showed you what the sky is on this diagram that I just showed. I'm going back to it. Dealing with the Big Bang theory and the Bible theory. All right. The sky is all of the elements, okay? All elements, okay? Which are reflections of you, okay? But this is all the elements in unison, the electron and the atom, okay? Which creates the sky, okay, in this open space, okay? And from your open space, your sky is also dealing with the projection of your first eye, okay? This is your elements, okay? This is what your projection through the guide eye, the guide view, okay? Which is the sky. All right? We always, we look up at the sky a lot. And the sky is just dealing with your guide energy, your God mind, okay? Or your God's view. All right. So he called the space sky. And in the sky, you have the sun, the moon, and the stars. All right. That is the mother, the sun, okay, and the stars are reflections, okay, from the spark of the Big Bang, okay, of the atom and the electron becoming one. These are fragments of the mind, okay? The stars are the fragments of your mind. Even back in time, in ancient time, there have been many tribes that look up at the sky and say, this is where our people come from. They're from the stars, because these fragments are data, okay? They are memory, okay? Of your mind, okay? So these stars are fragments of the Big Bang taking place. And evening passed and morning came, marking the second day, okay? Each night when the evening is coming, all right, you become balanced with yourself. You become more relaxed, okay? You be more settled in that time, okay? Everything is more calm in the evening, okay? That's just that balance of energy, that wholeness, okay? And then in the morning, it creates an uprising. This is you coming back again every day, okay? You live to die another day, in a sense, okay? You are rising. Your energy is pushing from the roots up, okay? So every night you go into your foundation, which is what you go to sleep, all right? Or when that darkness, complete darkness hit, okay? This is a symbolic for your foundation, all right? After that evening takes place, all right? And then God said, let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place, all right? So under the sky, which is dealing with your L, your God view, which is your first eye, okay? The waters are the frequency, okay? That is dealing with the energy frequency, all right? And it also creates illumination, okay? So let the waters beneath the sky, because remember the sky is at the top, which is your first eye. And the waters are dealing with your foundation, okay? All right? So when they begin to flow together in one place, so the dry ground may appear. This is the physical, this is the body. Okay? And may appear, and that is what happened. God called the dry ground land. This is the physical body, okay? Which is the image being created, okay? Which is you, which is me, all right? Where am I at? Okay, I'm sorry. He called the dry ground land, and the waters he began to call seas. Now, when he began to call the water seas, when they're talking about the water being called seas, this is dealing with the seamens, okay? This is dealing with the seamens, okay? This is the flow of the cells, okay? Flowing through the body. All right, let me make sure I don't have any pictures to go with this, because I know I have a lot. All right. So let's check this out. All right. These are two they were not similarities, but they're comparing the Big Bang with the Genesis again. This is another example, okay? Before, which is the nothing, is the same thing in Genesis. So you come from nothing, because beyond all the fragments, beyond the light, okay, deep down, there is nothing. All right. And I have a major download dealing with the black holes and how this also takes place. But I'm gonna do that on a live because I got to share some things with y'all, okay? And the ones who didn't make this session. All right. So they both are the same thing at the beginning, there's nothing. Okay. Under the Big Bang, our universe began in an instant. Okay, this is by a spark. Okay. In Genesis, they're saying that God created a universe in an instant. This is the spark, okay? From nothing. All right? In the Big Bang, they explain how this universe beginning in an instant, it begins with energy, okay? Remember, I just said it was nothing but energy, okay? Nothing. Okay, nothingness is energy, pure energy. Okay, in Genesis, they describe this moment. Okay, hold up. From the Big Bang, it began with energy, space, and time. Okay, in Genesis, in the book, they're saying that this is where that let there be light takes place. Okay. Also with Genesis, they're talking about the heavenly firmament, okay? And this is, like I said, this is dealing with the mind, okay? Creating your heaven on earth, all right? And as they have dry land also connected to the earth, all right? So that's dealing with the body as well, okay? On the Big Bangs with the dry land and earth, they have in comparison, that's the stars and the planets, okay, that NASA says takes place, okay? And as we know, the stars are fragments of our imagination. That's just fragments of the mind. And the planets are too, okay? Because this is all about you coming into earth, okay? This is all about life taking formation in existence. Because even right after that, they talk about life, and that's on both sides. Okay. And from life, we have the humanity, which is the formation of the image. Okay. Now, with the Big Bang Theory, they say this takes place 13 billion years ago. Like I said, no scientist, nobody could detect the years that far back. You ain't gonna find out damn ninja. This is the estimate. But with NASA, they deal with symbolism. So strategically, that 13 billion years added together will just deal with the 4. That's gonna create the stability of humanity and life. Okay, that foundation, that solidarity. Okay. And in Genesis, it's talking about the 6 days, all right? And with the 6 days, it is talking about your first eye, okay? The formation of the first eye projection, okay? All right. I know they be trying to play me on my picks, but I'm thinking right so far, I'm so good. Okay. I'm gonna give you now here's a visual of what we're talking about. All right. Fire and water, electricity or energy and water. Okay. This is the formation of the universe. And we know the universe is dealing with you. That's you. Okay. The formation of you. One's path. Okay. One's verse. Okay. One's journey. All right. When I first went into meditation, I ain't gonna say first time I went into meditation, but a while back when I went into meditation, this is one of the first visuals I had on my own. And I actually was able to see this in a dream. And this is why I came back out in a different formation. Because once I seen this in a dream, okay, I came back out with a whole different tune. I came back out with a whole different walk. And I was projecting different live videos and have been doing it so every so. Okay. Because I actually got to see this in a dream. This is our life form taking place. This is the atom and the electron. Okay. You wonder why you drink water with the electrolytes. There's just a little teeth thrown in there. But it just came. You wonder why we drink this water with the electrolytes. Okay. Y'all excuse me, my allergies been acting up too. I gotta make sure I'm in order. All right. Now we know that it was 7 days that Earth, our existence took place, okay, to be created. All right. This is another great example showing you what's going on. Okay, this is all about the beginning because we took it in a different aspect of what we was given in the church, which is so much on a literal substance. Okay, but this is all a spiritual thing that's taking place. It's real life underneath the flesh. Okay, as you can see with day one. Okay, even with the number one, that's just dealing with unison. That's just dealing with balance, okay? That is the light and the darkness, okay? Together, all right? But then it separates, all right? Because the separation has to take place for formation to come into the space, all right? Which is the same thing of the separate waters from waters, okay? The waters from the mind and the waters of the body. Okay? Higher self, lower self. As above, so below. Okay? And when that takes place, okay, these waters are gathered to one place and land, okay, which is going to appear, okay, through your first eye. Okay, along the vegetation. All right. This is all dealing with the Trinity under the day 3. Okay. Day 4, you have it creates sun to rule the day and the moon to rule the night. So this is the masculine and feminine energy in play. Okay, dark and light. And they begin to form, which is creating stars and planets. This is a fragment of your imagination with the stars, your reflections, okay? And the planets of you going into a planned extraterrestrial experience, okay? This is a high beam experience, okay? This is that Big Bang energy, all right? Then on day 5, God creates the birds, which is the air, okay? That's the flow of the energy, that's the frequency, okay? And the fish of the sea, all right? Which is also dealing with the atom and the electron, okay? And this is also your higher and lower self, okay? As above, so below, all right? Through these days. And day 5 is also representation of love, okay? Which is a strong connection, all right? So this is the flow of the energy, okay? And the water, which is dealing with the sea and which is dealing with the seeds, okay? Creating this formation, which is going to create man, okay? And the animals, all right? The physical and the spiritual. And then God rests, okay? And with this God rest, this is creating the image. This is the first creation, okay? Because this is a birth, okay? Anybody got any questions so far? Before I get to the next one? I'm looking for, I gotta get another photo. I hate that they got them all so separate down here at the bottom. All right. Now, under NASA's telescope, as they use, okay, in quotations, we know what that deals with. So this is how the incredible universe would look. Okay, this is formation taking place. This is you in formation, okay? Which is also a new pic that they just have, that they just put out dealing with, what's his last name is Webb. And this is his telescope, new telescope that they're using, all right? All right. Let me get to this and then we're gonna get to this other verse. So let's look at this picture. I wasn't gonna bring this out until another session, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring it out. But this is what is taking place. Okay. On if you find an original recorder, okay, film recorder, there are two rolls of film that goes on there, okay? Now these 2 rolls of film is going to represent that feminine and masculine, or the subconscious and conscious as one, okay? Which creates the projection through the eyes, okay? Which creates a projection through your eyes. This is the illumination coming through your eyes, okay? So this is what the beginning is talking about. It's talking about the mind and how the subconscious and the conscious comes together to illuminate our reality. Okay? Just from the dark and the light, the spark of the Big Bang. All right? And this is also dealing with what your thought process deals with, okay? Every thought becomes a projection, okay? It starts in the subconscious through the conscious, which is which eventually projects through your eyes, okay? Or freakinized through the mind. All right. So when God called the dry ground land and the water sea, and God saw it was good, okay? It was balanced, okay? So much balance, so much harmony, okay? That righteousness energy as we speak about, okay? Being one with self, okay? And one with all. Then God said, let the land sprout with vegetation. With the vegetation is the crops that you grow from your mind, your imagination. These are your seeds that you have planted in the subconscious through the conscious, which becomes your vegetation, which is your growth, okay, through your imagination. All right? Vegetation is the crop of your imaginations, okay? Every sort of seed-bearing plants and trees that grow seed-bearing fruit, okay? This is all about your seeds growing, okay? Vegetating, all right? This is all about your thoughts taking formation and begin to vegetate and be fruitful, okay? From the thought, which is the seed being planted. All right. Now dealing with the beginning, this is that subconscious and conscious, okay? Being one, all right? Which creates this big bang, and with the spark, it kicks out flares of light energy, okay? As we can also see as electricity, okay? Or through a storm, lightning, okay? Okay. These seeds will then produce the kinds of plants and trees from which they came. Listen to this verse again, okay? Because this is all about your mind, all right? These seeds will then produce, okay, your thoughts, which are your seeds, are going to produce the kind of plants and trees, okay, from which they came, from your own frequency, okay, your own energy, okay. And with the trees, that's the foundation, okay, that is the roots, all right. And of course, the fruit is going to be your fruitation, you know, to be fruitful, your creation, okay? Our reflections of all things, okay? Those are our fruits that we are bearing. Get out of here. All right. They don't found a way in. I thought I had a way, locked them out, but they found a way. Okay. The land produced vegetation, the seeds producing the same kind. Okay, hold on. Where I'm at. Okay, these seeds then will then produce the kind of plant. Hold on, y'all. Let me get them up out of here. All it takes is one of them to show how to get in, and the other one is coming. Okay. All right. Let me get back to what I was saying. Okay, which they came in with that the land produced vegetation. Their seeds produce plants and trees the same kind. Okay. Now these trees, their seeds, which is your thoughts, produce plants and trees of the same kind. Okay. And God saw that it was good. All right. All right. And evening passed. Okay. Which is going back to one, which is going back to that wholeness. Okay. Of being balanced. Okay. Which is going to create the morning, which is an uprising. Okay. Of your energy. And this is also going to mark the third day. This is a new day coming. Okay. This is a new creation being projected. All right. From starting with your thoughts. Then God said, let lights appear in the sky to separate the day from the night. From the night, let them be signs to mark the seasons. Okay. Now I was just talking with, who was it? Shit, I can't even remember. But I was talking to somebody last week about these seasons. All right. When we know we got 4 seasons, right? We have spring, summer, fall, and winter. This is all dealing with the energy. Okay. In spring, a birth takes place, which is your projections, your creations coming forth. Okay. In summer, you are able to enjoy these bearing fruits. Okay. And it's so hot because you're living in the heavens. Okay. That's why we enjoy the summer so much. And because we love the energy. Okay. That's over uprising of the energy taking place. And then when fall comes in, okay, that summer energy begins to fall. All right. And fall is more of a calm, comfortable, I like fall weather because it's so comfortable. It's the energy is shifted to a more balance of yourself, okay? Because you start to get into this isolation period that you have to get into with this fall energy, okay? Because even with the fall of being one with yourself and this wholeness energy, you're taking out what you don't no longer serves you, and you're bringing in what you want to serve you, okay? And then when winter comes around, this is the freezing, okay, taking place, all right? It's freezing off all of the things that we're getting away that we realize we don't need in the fall, okay? That's because you're in a balanced energy and you're able to see things a lot clearer in fall, all right? So that's where that whole new year, new me comes into, because you're getting rid of the shit that you don't want in fall energy. Because when not spring, but when winter comes, you're freezing all of that, putting all of that shit on ice. And the only thing that's going to unmelt in the spring, which is the birth getting ready to take place again, okay, is the things that you've changed, okay, or leveled up on in your mind, okay? Also with the seasons, okay, that we have, each season, you are seasoning yourself, okay? It's no coincidence that we season our food with seasonings, okay? And those seasonings happen to be herbs, okay? And some salts, okay, as well. And a little bit of pepper, okay? But strictly dealing with the herbs seasonings, okay? So all of these seasons that we're seasoning our food with, because you are what you eat, okay? All right? So you're seasoning yourself through all of these seasonings, okay? And some of them seasonings don't taste good in your mouth, so you take and get rid of them, all right? But the seasonings that you like, that's really good, you're going to keep that flow of energy. And that's going to come through. You're going to keep that energy through the fall, through winter, okay? And even when the spring takes place, okay? It's a brand new you, okay? Let them be signs to mark the seasons, okay? Definitely what you're gonna eat, okay? What you're gonna take in, all right? The days, all right? The days is dealing with this physical, the sun, okay? The work, all right? We going through these days of life, okay? And the years is really just dealing with the wisdom, okay? Because through each year, you're gaining wisdom through these days and through these seasonings, okay? And you're starting to recreate, okay, in your mind, all right? And you're getting rid of the things that you don't need anymore, all right? From out of your subconscious. You taking up those uproots, all right? Because you're going to start to project out the consciousness, which is going to project out into your reality, just like this picture, all right? Let these lights in the sky shine down on the earth, okay? This is your higher self, okay? This is that consciousness, all right? That conscious energy, okay? I want to make sure, shining down on the earth, okay, which is dealing with the body, okay, which is dealing with the formation, all right, the physical, all right. And that is what happened. God made two great lights. The larger one to govern the day, okay, and the larger one they're talking about to govern the day is the Christ energy. Remember that crown we talk about a lot? Okay. This is your bigger light. All right. Okay. That's your big light. All right. And it's governing the day. Now, remember, the day is dealing with your physical. That's dealing with the physical. And that's also dealing with the sun. And we know that the sun is the first eye. Okay. So your great conscious energy, okay, which is the crown, is your big light, your larger light, okay? And it projects through your first eye, okay? And from the first eye, it projects through the two physical eyes, which is the day, okay? And then we have the smaller one, as they talk about, to govern the night. And they also are talking about this, the moon, okay? They're talking about the feminine energy, okay? All right? They're talking about this feminine energy. And with this feminine energy also being the smaller one to govern the night, this is when you go into yourself, okay? That's why we talk about the child energy in a way, okay? Because that's the small you, okay? All right? So this is your moon and your lights. I mean, your moon and your sun, okay? And the sun being the bigger lights, all right? And this moon is being your smaller lights, all right? Yeah, that reminds me of what I said that too, okay? God set these, oh, hold up. He also made the stars, okay? And like I said, the stars are just fragments from the Big Bang, which is a part of our imagination, okay? God set these lights in the sky to light the earth, okay? To govern the day and night and to separate the light from the darkness. And saw God in the darkness, and God saw that it was good. And evening passed and morning came, marking the fourth day. So I really don't even have to go any farther with the scripture, okay? Because this is a reoccurring flow of energy, okay? It's going through the same cycles, okay? It's going from the same cycles, okay? From that subconscious to the conscious, from the feminine to the masculine, okay? That is the yin yang. That is the is it the ping pong or not the ping pong? What they call it? The boomerang effect. Okay. All right. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Rising, falling, rising, falling, rising, falling, rising, falling. We do this every day. All right. All right. Let me get another photo up here. Anybody got any questions so far? Why I'm looking for the next picture I'm looking for.
My fault if y'all heard me. I was talking to my sister.
Oh no, you good. I didn't even hear anything. I swear I didn't. All right. What is mind? Okay. What is the mind? Well, according to science, okay, which a lot of people don't even like to deal with the science perspectives, but I'm telling you, the science go neck and neck with the spirituality of ourselves. Okay. They just use wordplay, okay, which can throw people off, not understanding things from a different perspective. But according to science, practically everything, listen to the keywords in these, everything, all, okay, can be scientifically reduced, all right, one invisible essence, okay? Something which can be detected by the physical senses. All right. So the mind is all. Okay. The mind is all. Okay. It's one invisible, okay, essence. All right. Of all things. All right. But it definitely can be detected by the physical senses. And most likely, the field of the senses they're talking about is touch, seeing, hearing. Okay. Touch. Did I say touch, hearing? Touch, hearing, and seeing. Yeah. All right. They can be detected. They can be detected through the physical senses. All right. Different names are given to it. Okay. Because now that we know that the mind is all, okay, and the mind deals with the energy because the energy is all. Okay. It is also, this is crazy too, but it's also has the name of principal. Just like in school, there's a principal, okay? There's a head person in charge, all right? Head person, all right? Keyword, head, okay? This is the energy, the force of your energy, okay? This is also universal intelligence, all right? This is your high intelligence, okay? The universal mind, this is your higher consciousness, okay? As they got consciousness, all right? And this is also dealing with spirit, because spirit is the same thing as energy, okay? And God, okay? God deals with wholeness, okay? It deals with us as one in unison, okay? That's all things, all right? So this is what your mind is interpreted as, okay? This is what it is. It's all. The mind is all, okay? It's your energy, it's your principle, okay, which is the head in charge, all right? It's your universal intelligence, dealing with the universal mind of your consciousness, all right, which is your spirit and your guide, okay? And God as in guide, okay? All right? right, let me go to the next one on this one. I don't know how I got these in order, but hold up, making a mental equivalent. Okay. Let me go to this one because I think this is it, okay? Because this is still talking about the mind, okay? The mind is all in the mind, is mental. This experience is mental, okay? So when we're making a mental equivalent, which is dealing with this physical aspect, okay, which is dealing with what we create in our mind, okay, to create what you want involves creating a mental equivalent of what you desire. This is all taking place with your thoughts, okay? All right, and then it becomes mental in this physical. All right, and just like I had said before, in order for this to take place, you need to feel, key word, feel, okay? You have to feel it, all right? To believe it in a sense, or to know it. You have to feel it, okay? You need to feel that that desired result is here now and is yours now, and it would be. This is what manifestation is set on. You have to know it. This is the feeling, okay? To manifest, you have to feel it. That means you have to know that everything is going to be all right. To know that you're going to get what you have seeked out, okay? What is for you, okay? To know that you don't have to even be worrying about nothing because you already is all, okay? All right? This is the law. Ooh, I'm saying stuff I ain't even read this since the weeks back. But this is the law. And it manifests what we accept, okay, which is the faith. And as they say in church, you know, you got to have faith because faith is all built on knowing. Everything's going to be all right. Okay? To know what you want in life is what you're going to get. And if we stress upon it, it is not going to come forth. But if you know, okay, which is the feeling of it, this is what you manifest, okay? Which is the same thing as the faith, okay? It is helpful once the mental equivalent is formed, okay? Now, just like I just said, the mental is physical. This is what your formation, okay? This is your formation, okay? Your force of energy projecting out, okay? Once the mental equivalent is formed, okay, to put it into words and speak them forth. Ooh, now I love that part right there. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little excited, y'all, but I love that part right there because I always say, practice what you preach or what you speak now. Be careful what you say because that becomes your reality. Okay? Because when you start to form, okay, when you start to go through this formation of, creating through thoughts, okay, you begin to put it into words because words is nothing but symbols, okay? So you begin to create an image for it, okay? And 9 out of 10, you're going to speak it for, which is the force of energy taking place, which is your projection taking place. Okay? Now let's get back to this prayer part too, because I did get something with prayer. And we know that prayer deals with speaking over us, it's affirmations, okay? We're just gonna dive a little deeper into that. this prayer treatment, okay, which is like I said, the same thing of speaking over yourself, okay? All right. With science of mind treatment is based on the belief, okay, or the theory, which we feel has a sound basis, okay, that there is a principle of intelligence in the universe. Now, just that part right there. This is based on your belief or your theory, okay, that you feel deep down inside, okay, that connects to your frequency, which is your sound basis, okay, that is the principle of intelligence in your mind, okay, in the universe, which is through you, okay? So if you're speaking in a prayer sense of, God, please protect me, because it doesn't even matter what level of understanding you're on, it just takes place, okay? And that's where I'm at with everything. It doesn't even matter what level you're on, okay? Because this energy still shifts the way it needs to be, okay? So when people are praying, okay, and they're asking for forgiveness and they're asking for, protection, okay? This is all about the principle of intelligence inside of you, okay? And you begin to feel this. You begin to believe it, okay? All right, and when you feel it and believe it, it becomes a part of you. And this is what you're going to project out, okay? Like they say, which is not only creative, okay, but it's giving rise to objective form, okay? It's giving a rise to your objective form, all right? But it is immediately responsive to our consciousness. Ooh-wee. That's why I say it don't even matter. Okay, don't even matter. If you praying or we speaking affirmations, it's the same thing. Okay? Because when it comes to that consciousness, you definitely gonna get an immediate response. Okay. All right. And then it's gonna be and then it becomes to be being a universe, which is you, okay, which is also your oneness, okay, your one verse, your one journey, okay. This is all going to be projected just through prayer or speaking affirmations or just speaking, period, okay. It is an omnipresence, and being omnipresent, okay, it is not only where we are. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's not just where we are. It is who we are. Okay? So when we're speaking, like I'm speaking now, under the science of mind treatment, this is a prayer treatment. The speaking, the sound basis of your frequency. Okay? And this is all coming from the intelligence of the mind, which is in the universe, which is deep down inside of you. Okay? That oneness. Okay? All right? So definitely practice what you preach, or in a sense of be careful what you say. All right. Or how you articulate certain words. See, with now, so they know how to articulate these words in a sense, because wordplay can definitely cause confusion. Okay. And it definitely can create an illusion. It definitely can create I just said illusion, so that's the word I was looking for. Okay. I thought I had something else to say, but it definitely creates the illusion of the planets that they gave us, of the stars, the symbolics of, the symbolism dealing with NASA. They know how this wordplay is very important when it comes to controlling the mind, which is all. One mind, one body, one soul. Okay. And the stars, which is representing the cells in the body, okay, they all just gonna flow. All right. Some people ask, what is religion? Okay. Because religion was put in play, okay, which is giving you something else to rely on, okay, versus your spiritual self. It became so physical, okay? But it's also a lot deeper than what we have learned as well, too. Okay. Religion is a self-fulfilling. Okay. It's supposed to be a self-fulfilling energy. You're supposed to rely on yourself. You are the religion. Okay. But then you have this man-made delusion, okay, which has become a hindrance to the advancement of our species, okay, due to its innate anti-scientific, I can't get my words right, initiate anti-scientific nature, okay? So religion is definitely a self-fulfilling energy. And it is supposed to be all about you. You are the religion. You are the belief, okay? But then when you begin to rely on other things outside of you, that becomes a part of this man-made delusion, okay? All right? And it will put a hindrance on yourself, okay? It will block you from seeing what you really need to see, which is the bigger picture of self, okay? Of the journey, all right? We were supposed to rely on ourselves because we are our own religion. All right. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing over any screenshots. Anybody have any questions while I'm looking for this next shot? Trying to make sure I'm not skipping over anything. All right. This is what we're getting back to, okay? I know that the spirituality community has a lot of chaos energy, which is no formation. Hey, that's just what it was at the beginning, okay? Everybody relies on themselves understanding, okay? So truly what spirituality is based upon is the profound inner awareness of life, okay? Life itself, okay, which is you, okay, within you, okay? This is an inner awareness of your life creation, okay? And it is not limited, okay, to one's life, okay? This is where that limitless takes place, all right? Remember when Biggie says sky is the limit? He's talking about the physical formation, okay? All right? Which is that fermentation, that ferment, okay? Which is the limit of your imagination, okay? Dealing up under the light, okay? Because beyond that light is limitless energy. It's nothing, okay? This is the sacred and inseparable connection to the eternal and mysterious presence of all of us inside, okay? This is what spirituality is all about. It's all about self-journey, self-religion, okay? It's all about self. It has nothing to do with nothing else on this physical aspect. It's all with being in tune with your natural self inside. Okay? Getting back to the source of things. All right? I got one more, and then I'm going to take some questions up out of here. That goes with that picture. Where did I go? Okay. All right. Now, this is what we're talking about, the beginning of Genesis. This is the mind and the formation, connecting to the heart, which is the foundation of you, okay? All right? That subconscious and that conscious, that masculine and feminine, okay? Higher self, lower self, negative, positive, electron and atom, okay? Connecting, okay? Which creates a force of energy, which is love, okay? This force of energy dealing with love, okay? This connection, all right? In the mind, in this picture, you see in the mind how they have this like, I guess the pineal gland, the pineal gland in the head, okay? And how that is projecting the energy through the physical and the spiritual eyes, okay? And then you have your hand down here, okay? And the hand deals with the power of you, okay? The hand is the power of you, it's what you build, okay?
Eat it.
Okay?
Eat it.
This is
Eat it.
Hold
it's
on.
green. Pick it up and eat it.
Hey, Sis, I think you, hold on, let me put you on mute.
Oh, my fault. My bad.
I'll try to go through here and find it. I couldn't even find it. But this is what Genesis is talking about right here. Okay. The mind and the heart or the soul. Okay. Becoming one. The energy and the water. Water is symbolic for the woman. Okay. And that energy is going to deal with this masculine energy. Okay. So that's going to be our force of energy that we're going to project out. Okay. And through the water, it creates an illumination, which is that big bang, that spark. And with that spark, it creates a formation. Okay. And with that formation, it creates the images. Okay. And this is the frequency. Okay. It creates these images. Okay. Which are also fragments of our imagination, which is the stars. Okay. All right. The reflections of the Big Bang, that unison energy. Okay. And that light, okay, it projects through your first eye, or that fire, or however you want to say it, projects through your first eye in the two physicals, which is the three. Okay. And with the three, all of them have to be in unison. Okay. All of them have to be in unison for you to create. All right. To create, to see. Okay. So this is what Genesis is talking about at the beginning when God, which is the wholeness, which is that nothingness, okay, creating the heavens and the earth, the mind, okay, and the foundation. All right. The masculine and feminine energy. All right. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? Make sure I put everything out here for y'all.
I have a question, Drika.
Go ahead.
So when you were talking about like manifesting, what we want and we need to feel, feel it, how can we increase, or not even increase, but how can we get to the feeling of it? Is it just imagining, or having the picture in our mind? How can we get to the feeling of it?
The feeling, let me go back to the slide too. The feeling is basically knowing. That's the knowing, okay? That's why I say you have to feel it, because when you feel it, you know, okay? You know that this is gonna happen. You know, even when we're creating, like, when I'm creating in my lab or whatever, my craft and stuff, first it comes as a thought, okay? And then that thought becomes a feeling of, ooh, this is what I can feel. Okay. I can sense what I need to do. That's the feeling of knowing what I got to do next. Okay.
Right.
And then once you know that, that's the feeling taking place. Then it begins to be a projection of your reality, which is the creations of what you create.
Okay.
So to feel is to know. Hold on, let me get back to what we had the first time though. But go ahead.
And like when we're meditating, or when we're in our thoughts, pushing out our projections, I guess I was going to say like something about the clarity in the vision, or the clarity in the image. It doesn't need to be clear, right? Or
no, because not everything is going to be clear. You might get some breadcrumbs at the beginning, which is going to lead you up to the bigger picture. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, sometimes things are not completely clear, but that's just a step into that right direction of grabbing those breadcrumbs to gain the bigger picture. That means you're starting to feel that flow of energy in what direction you need to go.
Right. And then can you also, because I'm on my way to dinner, can you also send me this recording so I can listen to it again and take my notes?
Yes, I definitely can. I'm recording this for anybody who wanted to, especially if you came in late or something like that. I have to leave early. I definitely got the recording, so I will send it to you, sis.
Okay.
But yeah, this is what I wanted you to see with the making a mental equivalent. With dealing with the mental, that's the physical. That's this matrix mindset, okay? This experience. This is the mental, okay? Even though it's projected from the mind, it becomes mental, which is physical here, okay? So back what they were saying, you need to feel that desired result. It means you need to feel it in a way of not of it being here now, okay? And knowing that it is yours. And it will be, okay? That's taking away the stress, the worrying. I know sometimes it's hard to do either one of those two, because sometimes I get into my worrying and stress. But one thing I do want to say, when we go through these stressful moments, or feeling worried, they're not supposed to last, because trouble doesn't always last. And this is a reason why it doesn't always last. I found a poem which actually fits perfect for this setting, okay, that we all can walk away with. Hold up, y'all, hold up. I think I just passed it. But it's all about how this energy flows, and how it goes down and it comes back up. Where's my picture at? Are y'all taking my stuff? I just had it.
It
Okay.
says,
Mhm.
can I add to that?
Yes.
You know, like everybody, you know, like the song or like okay, a child is playing, having like children's play with themselves. So they're in their imagination and they believe that they're a superhero, they believe that they're a warrior, they believe they're a princess. And it's because in their mind they feel like a superhero. They feel like a
Exactly.
princess. And so when they imagination play it out, you can't tell a child they're not a superhero or a princess because they didn't accept it, the feeling of how strong they are, how beautiful and how precious they are as a princess or the warrior. And that's the difference between someone who believe in themselves and someone who don't. So if
Right,
you believe you
right.
confident, yeah. If you believe you confident, you're gonna walk and speak with confidence. But if you just saying you confident and you don't believe in it, it's gonna show through how you carry yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yep, it
saying?
definitely is
So
gonna
like
show.
if you believe, if you believe you're gonna have a parking spot when you get outside that store you're going to, because you don't want to walk far for whatever reason, just as much as you believe it's gonna be there, it's gonna be there because you believe in it so much. But if you didn't put no words out your mouth like, oh, when I get there, I'm gonna have a parking spot, you're less likely to have that parking spot you desire because you're not speaking it and you doubting it. And so
Right.
that's how fear and doubt is go hand in hand, is because if you in fear, you don't believe in yourself or what you desire. And if you in doubt, you don't believe that it's possible. So a child, when they plan in their imagination, they believe that everything they think is possible. And the adults who have more of a structured belief system, we're the crazy ones to a child who can't see how well their mind works. So
Right.
we have a more seasoned, a more programmed mind to not accept what we can't see, but a child has a more open heart and open mind to accept what they can't see as opposed to a program adult.
Exactly. Back to
Mm-hmm.
what you were saying to add a little bit to this. When it comes to that fear. Oh, I thought she was in here. My bad. Thought she done found the bathroom entrance. But fear is all dictations. That's the demise of the mind, which is a dictation. All right. When children are in that energy of knowing that they are that hero, they are that superhero, or the princes, or whatever they're imagining themselves to be. And when a parent comes in and shut them down, like, you don't know what you're talking about, you're not dead, sit your butt down. That is a dictation of fear. Okay, that is being pushed upon on the child, which is going to dictate their imagination, and it's going to make them doubt their imagination. It's going to have a disconnect from their imagination, because the imagination deals with the arc, okay, of our mind, which is also the archetype that a lot of people talk about. Okay, and with the archetype, that is dealing with the cells that you're going to allow to flow in your existence, which is going to become your reflections, because that's what all cells is. Okay, so if somebody dictates that, that can cause a cancerous cell, or that can cause the self-doubt, okay, that can cause the stress, the worries, and all of these negative things, which is going to distance yourself from self. Okay, so you definitely are on point with that one.
Can I add to that? One more again, one more again. So I'm helping my little sister do her math homework, and she is doing math I've never done. So trigonometry, and we were trying to find the radius of a circle, which I've done that before, but basically we were trying to find the arc length, so the ARC length of a circle.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a circle, and if you were to put like a cross in the middle of the circle, now
Yeah.
you have 4 parts. And on the outer layer of the circle, that little part that curves to make it a circle, that
Yeah.
one piece is called the arc. Can you believe that? You see how it relates to the mind, though? You split the mind in half. You got 2 halves, and then it's a part of your arc, which all holds the circle, the circumference together.
Mm-hmm.
That's some deep shit. That's why I'm laughing. Like, yo, I'm over here tutoring her about some shit I don't know, but I'm learning while I'm trying to teach her, But it does relate to the mind. Your arc,
Everything relates to the mind, because the mind is all.
Right.
Yep. Everything is a reflection
That
of
story
your
of
mind.
Noah's Ark.
Yep.
Boom.
That's it right there. Um, and like we was talking about earlier, okay, with the energy, you know, with the self-doubt, we might go through a split moment of self-doubt, little stress or whatever, but then we get back up, you know, we fall, we get back up. This is that energy, okay? We'll fall, we can break, we can fail, but then, okay, that balance, that wholeness starts to take place, that connection with yourself, and then you begin to rise, you begin to heal, and you overcome, which is the overstanding of all things. Okay, so that's the energy. This is all about the energy. It's going to be a fall, but then you have to rise. Okay, even in the Bible, they talk about how Satan was banned from heaven, which is at the top, okay, in the mind, and it had to fall. He fell into hell, which is dealing with the body. Okay, all right, only to rise back up again and get what? His wings. Okay, all right. They also talk about the archangel. That's all about the mind. All right. So in the beginning, the mind was formed. Okay. And this is dealing with the masculine and feminine energy being formed. Okay. Because beyond the masculine and feminine energy is nothing. All right. That's why woman was a first image, because a first image will be the feminine energy, okay, which is the flow of the waters, which is a part of the illumination, which is also part of the energy, okay? So yes, this is definitely what we're talking about, what they're talking about, and I'm gonna have more lectures dealing with this, of course, dealing with Genesis. So this is just part one, okay? Because it's a lot more to go with Genesis, okay? But you know, the verses start to repeat themselves with each element that is starting to be formed, okay? And this is just talking about how imagination was built up, okay? To create the journey of life, okay? All right, if anybody else ain't got any questions, we're gonna get up out of here. I see, I need to make sure I need to write what I left off at. Okay. So next time when we come back in dealing with the Genesis, we will start with the man and woman in Eden. And this is definitely going to be talking about, as we all know, Adam and Eve, okay? It's going to also take place in this too, okay? So this is going to be talking about the atom and electron even more, okay? So if ain't nobody got any questions, I'm gonna definitely get up out of here. And if anybody want the recording, just, you know, inbox me and I will send, well, inbox me your email. That way I can send it through email, because I can't send it through the inbox. I can't send it through text messages. So I can only send it through the email. But I'm definitely gonna try to see if I can upload the video on YouTube. But either one, you can either wait till I put it on YouTube, or we can just send it through your email. So whatever is best for you.
I have a quick question before you get off. So you said you were going to be talking about Adam and Eve. Are you going to be? Is this like a Genesis series that you're going to be doing? Okay. Is it going? Do you have set dates or?
No, I don't have set dates. I have to look at my calendar to do the part 2, because I have another session, another class lecture starting in January 2, which is also dealing with symbolism, and that's going to be a multiple classes too. We're going to break down a lot of symbols and everything too, you know. So this is almost going to be neck and neck together, but it's going to be the Bible breaking down, dealing with the symbolisms of the key words. And I'm gonna have the symbolism class, which is breaking down the matrix like a mug. Okay, we're gonna break down everything.
Okay.
So make sure y'all definitely do. I'm gonna put the link out for the symbolism class the same way I did this, and I'll probably send through the inboxes as well. That way everybody can join. But definitely join the symbolism class because we're going to dive deep into numerology, signs, colors, and even words. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely make sure y'all check that out. And that's going to be a series of sessions too. All right,
Okay.
we ain't playing no games in the year to 7. Okay. We got to understand the
Okay.
projections of our own reality. Okay.
It's like, no. All right, you guys have a nice evening.
You too. Thank you for coming on here too, sis. I really appreciate
Yes,
it. Thank all of y'all for joining. I really appreciate that because it just makes me feel good to know that I have people that I know that want to connect, And plus, this is something that I actually wanted to be able to build with, the family, the soul tribe,
Right,
Like I
right.
said, we're walking into the 7 and we know a lot about the spirituality. And the 7 is definitely going to be all projections dealing with your body. So you have to be 2 steps ahead of it. You know what I mean? To understand this new way of thinking, which is your new
Right,
way of life. I mean, new way of living a new world order. Okay.
right, right. Okay.
So
I'm
yeah,
here for it.
I'm definitely gonna be putting out some stuff. So, and I'm gonna record all of them too. So when you got to worry about
Okay.
make it, it'll definitely be recorded. But
Okay.
I'm gonna get up out of here. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all soon. I just actually got some downloads dealing with this session, so I got to break this down, okay? And I got to
Right,
come
right.
live for y'all, all right?
All right. Talk to you guys later.
All right, talk to you later. I love y'all
Bye-bye.
too, and I will speak to y'all
Love you
later. Love,
too.
peace, and oneness,
Bye.
everybody.
All right.
Bye.
How do you?